You wake up, grab your phone, and instantly subject your brain to a fire hose of algorithmically sorted junk. It's an endless scroll of short-form videos engineered entirely to capture your attention. Watch a 60-second breakdown of a complex geopolitical conflict, and your brain receives a quick hit of dopamine. It skips the heavy lifting of critical thought and gives you the instant sensation of being highly educated on the topic. 10 minutes later, you're at the breakfast table, confidently repeating those exact talking points to your family. You're speaking as if you've studied the subject for years, when really you're just echoing what a stranger posted 30 minutes ago. This chart shows the Dunning-Kruger effect, plotting our confidence against our actual knowledge. Notice how confidence spikes massively when we know almost nothing. Our morning routine of fast content keeps us trapped right on that initial peak, completely blind to our own irrationality. The most dangerous people in today's information landscape are the ones who aggressively deny that they think irrationally. They are convinced they see the world with perfect objective clarity. When we hear a shallow opinion repeated enough times through our feeds, we begin to give it credence. Over time, that constant exposure hardens a fragile talking point into a deeply held personal belief. But human biology pushes back against perfect objectivity. We are inherently wired to fall into cognitive traps, constantly looking for mental shortcuts to process the vast amount of data hitting us every day. Our misplaced trust in our own filtration system creates a danger far beyond the quality of the information itself. By midday, we might find ourselves looking to highly successful billionaires as blueprints for our own lives. We study the founders of Microsoft, assuming we can extract a reproducible formula from their careers. What gets edited out of those stories is the sheer mathematical probability of luck. Long before he was a founder, Gates had extremely rare access to a computer lab and early computing technology as a teenager, an advantage almost nobody else on the planet had at the time. This shows survivorship bias in action. Media focuses on that single glowing point, the outlier who made it, erasing the millions of failed startups. Looking only at winners creates a false, straight path to success, ignoring the vast graveyard of unseen failures. Basing your career path entirely on the curated narratives of survivors, without accounting for the massive roles of luck and failure, is a profound lapse in clear thinking. Later in the evening, you might sit down with friends and confidently discuss an upcoming election. You explain your choices with total certainty, completely unaware of the invisible psychological forces pulling the levers in your mind. One of those forces is the halo effect. We subconsciously take a candidate's physical attractiveness or their natural charisma on a debate stage, and we falsely equate those traits with actual political competence. Then there is the bandwagon effect. As human beings, we constantly seek social proof, heavily weighting our votes to comfortably align with the choices our peers have already made. In these scenarios, objective research vanishes. The actual qualifications required for the office are frequently ignored because finding social harmony with the group feels vastly more rewarding to the brain. These biological shortcuts and environmental pressures exert a constant pull on our decisions. We often end the day with the comforting illusion of a purely rational choice, even as the data points toward a decision shaped by social proof and superficial cues. The next morning, the alarm goes off again. Instead, you start the day with deliberate self-examination, actively acknowledging the specific cognitive biases that distort your worldview. You adopt a skeptical, Socratic mindset. Rather than passively absorbing a politician's talking point or a 60-second explainer video, you ask direct questions about the underlying evidence. This requires action. You have to turn off the algorithm. You have to read books across multiple disciplines, specifically seeking out authors who rigorously challenge your existing beliefs. Developing clear thinking requires a relentless effort of critical analysis. It demands constant maintenance to prevent the mind from sliding back into its default settings. The defining characteristic of true expertise is intellectual humility. No matter how many books you read or how deep your analysis goes, you have to accept that you will never know it all. That humility is the only viable defense mechanism we possess against the endless flood of junk information and false confidence driving modern culture. As the physicist Richard Feynman put it, the first principle is that you must not fool yourself, and you are the easiest